Hey Internet, it's all of us. So tonight we watched Slapface, which was a movie. Okay, I'm gonna jump right into spoiler territory. The ending would have worked better if they weren't so heavy-handed about it the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, multiple times people asked him who the monster was, and the cop even explicitly asked him, "Are you the monster?" So, like, when they show you that he is, it, like, there's no surprise or shock there. Like, you knew that was coming the whole time.
But he's a child. How could he kill all those people if he was locked in the sheriff's department?
My main question was, how did he, beat his brother to the point of throwing him around the living room? Yeah, the story falls apart if you think about it too hard.
Yeah. I think it was I like the story. I like the idea of it. I think it's maybe a little ambiguous in parts. You kind of have to just be like, oh, well, that's just kind of what happened.
I think it would have worked better as a short film. The pacing was very slow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like there was not enough content for the length of the movie, and so a lot of things were stretched out and dragged on, and just, it all could have been more concise.
I enjoyed watching the kid acting. He's a great actor.
Oh yeah, the kid was good.
I mean, everybody was great acting in the movie, but he really held that movie together.
Yeah.
I think the witch was, her nose was too cartoony, and it kind of threw me off. And, like, there's only one part where her eyes glowed at the end, which was cool. They should have done it the whole time. And then she had the whatever coming out of her back the one time.
Yeah, the one time where, like, the thorny
I would like to have seen that
expanded.
more. But I was really hoping for, like, a Mama or a Darkness Falls, where they make the monster just really scary and ominous. But, again, she just wasn't.
Yeah.
It was the kid, if you could call it that, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm also a big proponent of having, like, the villain or the creature or whatever to be kind of, like, hidden through most of the movie.
Oh, yeah, that's
like,
why.
the reveal is a big selling point of, like, the story.
And we saw the monster, like, in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, and you see the monster through the whole thing multiple times. And,
consistently.
I just wish maybe they could have done some creative things where they kind of hid, like, just in the shadows or just in the corners or just, like, where the kid knows that it's there, but the audience doesn't get to see it full on maybe until the end. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah. Yeah, once the monster is, like, cuddling with them and carrying them out to see the sunset, and, like, they were playing games together and stuff. Like,
which was right from the beginning. There was never a moment with the monster that she wasn't doing that with him.
And so, you take away, like, most of the threat. Like, it was...
At that point, it just becomes a psychological horror with a witch.
Yeah, there were some really good parts in it that I thought were kind of cool. But the parts that were well executed, they felt like they were after a long stretch.
Yeah.
So
I think that's probably my biggest complaint for this is the pacing really. They needed to trim it down. That could have been a short film. That didn't even need to be feature length. That could have been 45 minutes. You wouldn't lost any of the major content or any of the substance of it.
Right.
You still could have got all the same story beats. It wouldn't have felt so slow.
Say editing and cinematography was good.
Yeah,
cinematography was gorgeous. They also did one of my favorite things too with there's the two camps there. You can do really nice lighting, or you can do like creative lighting and moody lighting. I like the way that they stuck into the moody lighting in a lot of the stuff. They didn't overlight stuff, basically. Like, when they were outside, it felt dark. Like, a lot of movies that do, like, the nighttime scenes and stuff, they try and light up the whole background so you can see the whole background and put too much light on their face and stuff. It was just barely just enough to register what they were saying, see the side of their face and stuff, which is really good for night lighting, because I hate when it's like you're blasting like moonlight through trees and it's basically like the sun is out and they tinted it blue. So, but it looked really good. Even the indoor scenes, you could tell that they were hazing it up to get some nice light streaks through, and they used a lot of natural light and stuff. It was shot very well.
Yeah, it looked good, and like you said, the actor was great. I don't know. They could have paced it better. To me, it felt very slow. Like, it wasn't terrible, it just, there's a lot of stretches, I wanted more to happen. I wanted them to get to the next scene. Just a lot of it felt stretched out. Also, they made everyone shitty.
Yeah, nobody was super likable.
Yeah, if you ask me, the older brother was the monster in the whole movie.
Like, the older brother sucked, but then his girlfriend kind of did too. She was really pushy and invasive. The little kid's girlfriend was an absolute shit.
I don't know
The twins were evil.
I don't know that she was pushy and invasive. Like, she was like, "Is your little brother okay? Are you going to help him?" And he was just, "He's fine, he's fine."
I mean,
so she was doing what a normal
Mhm.
human would do, you know?
Yeah. I just know too, like them screaming and yelling and her storming out, coming back every other day, and I mean, they met at the bar like 2 days before
Right,
she
that's
essentially
stupid.
moved in. Like,
That's stupid.
the whole thing was weird.
But if I was her, I'd scream at Tom too for being a dickwad to his little brother.
Douchebag.
I wouldn't come back then, though.
Yeah, that's weird.
No. Also, I wonder what the little subplot with her being a witch too was.
I think it was just like a misdirect.
I thought
just
that-
to make us think the lady was actually a witch and not the kid.
Yeah, I didn't take that at all. Like, so it was. It just seemed like it was a throwaway thing. Like, I know that they wanted to show that she had a unique necklace. He finds it in the woods, and then that leads him to the body. But like, it just felt like a throwaway.
Other than that,
it felt like a throwaway thing.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they were gonna be like, maybe it was like good witch versus bad witch or something at the end, or it was gonna set something up for it. But it seemed like it was just like, I'm a witch. Look, here's my necklace. Remember the important necklace right here. See?
That's what it was.
Yep. So I mean, it just kind of felt like a throwaway thing. Like, it wouldn't have changed anything if
she wasn't,
the boyfriend could have given her a piece of jewelry, and then
or he could have just found the grave. Like, he followed the flowers.
Yeah,
to
that's
a
true.
Fresh mound of dirt.
I forgot
like,
about the flowers. Yeah, the flowers led him right to it. So yeah, it just didn't seem like it was needed. It was just, or maybe they, if I'm looking at it from the creative side, it's like maybe they were planning on doing something and then they dropped it halfway through because they didn't have enough time or budget. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, the shittiest characters were those twins, and they were the only ones that like didn't suffer throughout the movie.
Oh yeah,
Both girlfriends died. The older brother died. The sheriff died. The twins are fine.
yeah, that's true. They needed a tree to fall on both of them too. I commented to him during the movie. I was like, isn't in most movies how there's like a good twin, evil twin, smart twin, stupid twin? They're both just stupid bitches through the whole thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It was
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
That's real life. There's some shitty people that get
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling after the movie? What do you guys think? Above average, below average? Would you recommend, not recommend? Where are you at?
I don't know that I'd recommend them. Like, if you're looking for a slow movie that doesn't really pay off, but looking for good acting,
Yeah.
something-
Acting was
something
plus.
good to look at. Like, how do you? I don't know. Like, to us, you could recommend something like that, but like to just a normal layperson,
Yeah.
you couldn't recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like if I recommend something, I usually want to show them that movie for a reason. I couldn't think of any reason why I would be like, watch this movie because, it's a movie.
Yeah.
It was. I don't hate it.
It is definitely one of the movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, it certainly is. I don't think it has anything special going for it. So like, I wouldn't recommend it to be on the list of movies for people to watch. If you watch it, it's enjoyable for the good acting.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't take you out. Story's a little bit long. Cinematography's great. Story's a little bit, but I don't know. I don't hate it. I hate it less than some of the other things that I also don't hate.
Yeah.
So I'll put it, there. But I would, I'd give it like a 3 out of 8.
3 out of 8.
I was gonna say 3 out of 10, but it ranks a little higher than that. But out of a 10, I would say it's probably like a 4.
4 is where I'm sitting too.
A 4 out of 10.
I don't want to call it average, because an average movie I would probably still recommend, or at least say, yeah, it's fine to watch.
Yeah.
This one, a little below that.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a slog. It definitely, if they sped it all up, I'd like it a lot more. It was too long between story beats. Like, I really just wanted it to go somewhere.
Needed something else in the story too. Like I think it was, the maybe they leaned into the creature too much and how that was going to lead the story. It's like the kid was an amazing actor. They could have done a few more things with that kid and made the story like if he.
You didn't really get to play emotion or anything.
No, it was usually just him cowering at his brother,
and then cowering for no reason.
Yeah, cowering around everybody when they were questioning him because he did bad shit, and then just like running around and getting in trouble and getting arrested and taken to the police station and shit. He really didn't have much to do, honestly. Like he was the center. It seems weird because he was the centerpiece of the movie. He was the main character, but also he didn't have a lot to do. Like it was just run through the woods, get picked on by the girls, and then people are like, "What did you do?" And he's just like, "I don't know." And then he never really explains anything.
Oh, you know what they didn't explain too? When the first time the witch took him and he woke up next to his girlfriend there.
Oh yeah, like the.
How did he wake up? Like where did she come from? Did they both wake up?
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a way bigger plot thing too, because if it was like he keeps on going to, like, because he's curious, he wants to go see the witch or whatever like that. If that would have happened a couple more times, maybe like she has the ability to just like knock him out and make him appear somewhere, or just teleport or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I just didn't.
That's true. If the girl walked up, she would have just seen him laying there and then wake up. Right. So she would have. I don't know, she would have known right away something was up.
Yeah, I don't quite get what happened there. And they don't explain it, and it never happens again, so. Yeah.
Also, did he summon that witch with the picture and the blood and the burying of the dirt?
That's true, that never came up again either.
No.
The whole little, I guess we call it a ritual or whatever it was, where he's like, I know you're still with me, and then he buried the picture.
Yeah.
And that was never,
like,
he never mentioned like his mom again.
Right? The movie is like Slapface, but there's like the name of the monster, Hor Kommen, Human, something like that.
Something German.
Is that a real name of a real monster with lore behind it that you're supposed to know? That would make the story make sense? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they glossed over that whole ritual. He actually like never mentioned his mother again after that either.
Yeah.
Like his brother brought it up the one time. He's like, we said we wouldn't talk about that, and just walked off. And then when he and the monster trashed the house, the first thing he broke was the picture of the family. Yeah. So like he just.
Oh wait, you guys keep talking. Don't end the video. I gotta do a thing. I'll be right back. I gotta do a thing for the review.
Okay.
I don't expect it. Okay, so.
But yeah, like they just. I don't know, they glossed over all of that. It never came back. And so I don't know, like, are we supposed to care that the parents are dead? Is there supposed to be a connection that we make? Because they gloss over it.
Yeah. And then they try and revisit when his brother's fully clothed in the bathtub.
Yeah, that was weird too.
And then they just kind of stare at each other and they're just like, we promised we never talk about
that was wrong.
What?
Oh, it's golden crisp.
Oh.
Okay, so in the movie, they do a whole bunch of different newspaper articles, and one of them had the word "smacks" in it, and it was a funny
smacks.
Yeah, it was a funny font that the newspaper was printed in. I was like, that's not normal. I was like, oh, they're using the actual Smacks logo font, but they're not. It's the golden crisp font. I don't know if you can see that.
Is that the same font as Sugar Smacks?
No, it's not. It's different.
Did you look them up?
I looked it up. Yeah, Smacks is a different font. This is a newer one, but even the older one looks like that. Yeah. Oh, dang, that would have been good if I would have caught that.
So close. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, I wouldn't recommend it. It's not... Like you said, there's some redeeming qualities. Like, if you watch it, fine. You know, the cinematography is really good. The acting's good, especially from the kid. But just overall... I wasn't fully entertained. There's definitely better ways to spend your time. There are better movies for sure.
Mm-hmm. Like cuddling with your best friends.
I mean, that is the best way to spend your time. Is just 3 fat guys snuggling. But yeah, I think that's where I'm at. It was a movie, but I don't really recommend it. It definitely could have been better.
Yeah.
And on that note, I think we're gonna stop talking now. So yeah, bye.